Hello and welcome to the channel, and welcome today to Skyshine's Bedlam. This is a game I've been looking forward to for quite a while. It's just come out on Steam, so I decided to check it out, show you guys what it's all about. I've had a very quick go with not the best of success. Then I started a new one, which is going a little bit better, but nah, I'm going to start again anyway, just so I can show you everything to do with it that I've played so far. So we'll start a new run. So this is a sort of roguelike tactic combat sort of idea. It'll make a lot more sense once you get into it. I can explain it piece by piece. So at the start you pick your vehicle to start in, as you generally do with quite a lot of roguelike games that are based in this. So there's a few other ones that you can get later on in the game based on some of the different races that are within the game. So we're just going to go easy because it just gives it a little bit more of an idea. So we start here, Byzantine, and we have 4 different options available at the start which way we want to go. But before we do that, I'll quickly break down some of this other stuff. So obviously the Bone Shaker is our vehicle. We currently have 1,000 passengers. We haven't had any days go by yet. We have 1,000 fuel, 1,000 meat, and 25 power cells. So these are like your resources in the game that you need. Obviously you need fuel to travel, you need meat to keep your people alive, and power cells you can use to upgrade as well as use abilities in actual combat. So these are some of the abilities that you can use within combat. Now you can also use these to upgrade your vehicle, which I seem to quite like doing this. So I do tend to spend the first few that I've got on just upgrading the vehicle, and seem to find that helps a little bit. So hopefully that'll give us a little bit of a nice start anyway. So that's all of them consumed. And these are all of our people that are currently available for combat. So we have Deadeyes, so they are snipers. They only have 2 health, so they do generally die to pretty much anything in one hit. But they can kill most things in one hit as well, so they're quite useful in that sense. Frontliners, most amount of health, good armour. They can only attack one range in front of them, and they generally don't do that much damage. Gunslingers, some pistol-wielding crazy people. They're quite good on the damage, and they also have a special ability where if they get hit, they'll shoot back as well, like if it's someone who's close to them. And then trenchers are sort of like a medium range, generally use shotguns, knock people back with the shotgun blast, that kind of thing. So we get to pick and choose these. You can also take people out of the team, and the less people you have in your team and you succeed, the more bonus you get. So if I take this guy out, you'll see I'll also get, at the end of it, I would get 2 extra power cells. So that's something that you can do as well. Right, so we are going to pick a direction to head. Now I'm going to go for this one. So we're going to do a bit of travelling. So our threat meter is going to go up. As the threat meter goes up, threats start to appear, and it generally everything just starts to get harder and harder and harder. So the massive dozer cautiously navigates through the congested streets of Byzantine. While it draws some attention from the pedestrian stream, most of the civilians throng to is too distracted by... Oh my dear God, I am too tired to be reading all this. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll kind of hover on them for a second. If you want to read them you can, but I'm going to try and get through so we can show you the combat. So there we go. I'm sorry, but it's very late. I am very tired. So there we go. We will carry on. So it looks like we're going to get some combat here for some robots. So here's where we can actually make our team up. Again, you can customise your team a little bit. You'll see that there's a bit of backstory for every single one of the characters, and they have a sort of nickname that is what you're actually allowed to change. So I think we will take... We've already got a trencher in here. We will actually take a... Tell you what, we will actually just take you for our sniper. So we've got the 4, one of each. Right, let's try that. So now I can actually talk to combat. Now, combat is something I'm still not sure if I like. It looked very cool, but the more I've played it, the more I really don't like it. So at the top here, you get 2 moves that's shared across your entire team. So that could be a move and attack, a move and a move, an attack and attack, but it's across the entire team. So if this guy moves, that's one of them gone for your entire team. The other rest can't do anything. And I've got to be honest, I really don't like that system, because it tends to be that I'm just moving like 1 or 2 guys a little bit and not really making the most out of it. I don't know, maybe it's something that takes a little bit of getting used to, but at the minute I'm not that fond. Right, where There is also packages that we can get on the map to get some bonus supply. But, right, let's see. They've got 2 snipers. So we kind of don't want to be near them. We're a little bit too far to get into cover. Any one of them snipers can kill... Right, those snipers do 5 attacks. You can see there with a little target next to the health. They do 5. So... yeah, that would kill my sniper, it would kill my gunman, but it wouldn't kill the other 2 outright in one shot, but if they got 2 attacks, then it would. So, and while we're out in the open, it's a 100% chance to hit, whereas if I can get behind cover, there's a chance they might miss. So, don't think there's any way that we can actually attack, and I keep doing this. I'm still unsure about the movement system, whether I like it or not. So there we go, I'm in cover, so he's kind of like jumped down. Oh, okay. I didn't know he could do that. There you go. So if I move to here, can I shoot him? Yes, I can. Right, so if I move here, so you right-click to move, and then left-click to attack, and you also have left-click to select other people on your team, but I have a habit of accidentally right-clicking things, because I have a lot of games that like right-click cancels what you were doing. So, unfortunately, that's my own sort of fault. Right, so he moves. He's now probably going to kill. Yep, there we go. There goes my sniper. So he's now gone. It automatically selects this guy, so if I'd right click then it would have just moved anyway. So I think what we're going to do is actually just move out to here and then shoot him. So there we go. Destroyed. Now I do like the animations. The animations are really good. And he's now dead as well. Fantastic, that's just what we needed. Right, so we want to take this guy and then we're just going to hit him twice, I guess. Because I can't really get him into range. So, yeah, and he's going to have another swing at me, so we're going to take a swing back, and we're going to put him down. Then I think what we're going to do is run over here, and try and get him to come towards us. There we go. Now, I still actually can't get in range, but this guy I think can. Yes, he can. So he can move to here, and then we can just shoot him for the finish. So, we get a victory there. And because of the extra... those 2 spaces we left, we get ×2 fuel and ×2 meat, which is kind of nice. So combat can be pretty brutal in this. I have died a lot in this game on these fights, even when I outnumber them, because particularly if you're going against an elite fight, so occasionally an elite enemy will appear. If you beat them, they will join your team as like crazy powerful guys, but they take up like massive amounts of space. But they're really difficult. A lot of the times they just one-shot you guys, so it's kind of awkward. Right, so we now have access to some points of interest, or we can just carry on to a travel location, or we can try and cross a border. I think I'm going to take a risk at a point of interest. So our little travel vehicle should go out. This I don't think consumes days, it's just like a random event that can kind of happen. So yeah, we'll enter the building. Okay. Sure, so we have an extra supply of meat. So we got some meat for that, which is kind of nice. Right, now I think we'll just actually take the actual trip to the next area, so you can see our threat's getting higher. We receive reports of unrest among the crew. Right, so we've got a random choice here that we can make. We will offer them to take a breather outside. Don't detect any immediate hazards, so they'll take a bit of a wander out. And they come back in with that complaint. So that's that kind of sorted. And I think we'll take another go at a point of interest. I think that's what we'll have a try and see what happens. See what we get from it. As the crew explores the area, they see a lone wanderer hustling over a nearby dune. Constantly looking over. Show moments later, killer raptors sprint over the dune. Right, intervene. Taking careful aim at the fish bear, the crew guns down the moving time before they approach. The wanderer approach. Okay. Amazo. I was food to this killer until your future. Blah 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 blah. The Wanderer's cost sack. Blah. Yeah. Artifacts. Most valuable. We accept whatever you give us. Sure. The mutant bobblehead. Okay. So we've taken the mutant bobblehead. Right. There we go. So we got a bit of extra stuff for that. So I think for now I'm just going to carry on. I'm probably going to head over towards Exoclast. So yeah, this game, I'm still unsure on this game. I like it because I do like these sort of like roguelike things, and I like the setting and stuff, but I'm still very much unsure on the combat. So we've just gone up to the next threat level, so an elite fight has actually been now become available. So I'm gonna show you this, and I'll show you how tricky these can actually get. Oh, I haven't versed this guy before. Okay. Right. Well, take her out because she's injured. We'll leave you in. Right, we definitely want to put a sniper in here. I would like to have at least one shotgunner. And we need, I think, at least one more front line in there. So we'll take 4 and see how that goes. This could go very badly. Right, so as you can see, he's quite a bit bigger and has 17 health and does 6 damage. So he can one-shot 3 of my team. So as you can tell, I really don't want that to happen, honestly. So first thing we're going to do, though, is kill his friend. So there we go, my sniper could take him out in one shot. So I'm going to make every attempt on doing that. And if we go back here, we can get another free shot on him. But he missed because he's technically in cover, which is really annoying. And there goes that person. You're now going to start to see why I don't like this. And because he's still in cover, it still classes as a miss, even though there's nothing obstructing it. This is where the combat really fails for me. I really want to like it. I really do. I love the animations and all the thought that they've put into it. But I don't like that combat. I really don't. I mean, there was a sniper here. He's standing here. He's not actually behind anything. And I still miss just because this is technically classed as cover. I don't like that. I'm not sure. I want to love it, but I can't. I really hope this sniper critical hits, because then he will do a hell of a lot of damage. Right, so there goes one of my main frontline guys as well. Now, are you already in range to actually shoot him? No, you are not. You need to be back here. So let's make you run away and just pick off some little shots on him. And you're now dead anyway. So this guy's probably going to actually just kill me now. Unless I get a really good critical hit. Which I'm not going to. And there you go. I lose. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's what I don't like about combat, I'm afraid. So I lose 400 people there. Because they lose confidence in me and leave. My biggest problem with the game, I like this system of having all these people, like, every time someone's injured in a battle but they survive, it takes them a few days to heal back up. If they die in battle, that's kind of it, so you have to be... It's a bit of a risk. But it's completely based on random placement. If one of my snipers, who has 2 health, which is killable by anything, they get one shot by anything. Frontliner's base damage, which is the lowest damage in the game, is 2, which is their health. Unless they're in cover, that's a guaranteed hit. So they die. So your first move has to be save your dead eyes if you've got them. But by the time you've used your moves, you could have other guys that are then sitting in the open that get killed anyway. So I don't like the fact that... I wouldn't mind if you had, like, everyone had one move, but you only had... Well, actually, I don't know. I still don't think that would work. I was going to say, like, if you only had 2 attacks or something, but... I don't know. It feels very weird. So, like, in those situations where the enemy is really hard, I would understand that if I could then use all of my characters to, like, as it were, like, even it out with numbers. If I then start to lose people, it's going to get harder. I get that. That would be great. But it's the fact that they don't. And at the minute, until I get some better powers, the powers aren't really that useful. Because, yes, I've got like a heal and things like that I can use using my power cells. But most of my people die in one shot. So I don't know. I mean, the end goal is to get from here to here. And so far, I get to here and start to get a bit annoyed. So, or just lose, depending. So... We'll go a little bit further and I'll try and show you a little bit more, and then you guys can make up your own opinion of what you think. That's my personal opinion on the game so far, is that it's good, but I think the combat needs reworking, bearing in mind that this is on easy that we're playing right now. So I hate to imagine what the higher difficulties are. I really do. Because I imagine I would probably go insane. Okay, let's meet over here. Let's just keep going through this as fast as we can. Try and get some more things going on. Oh, he looks like he's had a good day. See, I mean, like, I like all this. This whole aesthetic is really nice. Like, I like this whole Wasteland thing. There we go, we got the meat. And, like, I do like all these little random events and things like that that can happen, but I can't help but feel that the main appeal to this game... Well, okay, let me go over this again. This game was made in the Banner Saga engine. I absolutely love Banner Saga, and I thought the combat was incredibly good. So I know the engine is very good for combat. I feel this system of only 2 action points doesn't do this game's animations justice, because there's a lot of thought put into the animations. So like there's one for humans if you use a gunslinger. If you shoot them the first time and they take a bit of damage, they just kind of bounce off. But if you shoot them again, like you can shoot a lot of skin from the top half of their body to the point where bones are showing. And it looks really good. Same with headshots on your snipers. They're very good. We're actually going to be out of fuel for this, so we actually have to do a random event now. So we might get lucky, or we might just die. So we're going to see what happens here. Trade meat for crew. We do have quite a bit of meat. Or we could just attack the convoy. You know what? Because I want to keep talking about the combat anyway, so let's try attacking it. Oh, that got me killed. So there we go. I just died for making that stupid mistake. Sure. Right, so I'll quickly start a new one because it doesn't take too long to do. So we're straight back into a new one. But yeah, I don't know. The combat feels like there was a lot of thought put into the combat, but it's not done justice in the sense of it's limited to only 2. Like, you get 1 move, 1 attack. You get maybe 2 attacks, maybe 2 moves. And the whole time just feels a bit kind of... I don't know. It just never feels like combat feels... It doesn't feel good. As that stupid as that kind of sounds. So it's like now, realistically, because this game is kind of like XCOM meets Banner Saga sort of idea. Meets FTL. It's kind of all these things mixed into one. Like, I would normally put all these guys straight behind cover. But the problem I have here is there's a sniper here who's going to be looking to kill me, so I have to I've got to basically... I have to block this guy because otherwise he's going to get shot. And I've kind of got to block this guy because otherwise he's going to get shot. Whereas these guys can kind of take it. So I have to be very careful on who I actually push forward. So like now, I want to be running to try and kill their sniper. So I get 1 move to there, and I get 1 shot, and then that's my turn over. And now it's their turn. So then they only get 2. But usually they're a bit stronger than me. And then because he's in bloody cover, it doesn't work, which is just annoying. So now my sniper's dead because even though he's in cover, he gets hit. Because there you go. Such is the way. Right, so we're going to kill you. But this is what I was kind of saying before, because there's only 2 action points, you do tend to find you are just using 1 character. Because he's already in like a decent space, if that makes sense. Like, because this guy's now in action, like it's pointless me using these 2 because I can move them twice and I wouldn't get them in range. Whereas this guy, I can move him and get a shot in, so it's technically more beneficial for me. And obviously he's just going to keep fighting this because it's pointless him running for these guys. So it just ends up being this... Let's just keep using the same characters until eventually one of them dies, which is exactly what's going to happen here. So this one's now dead, so now I have to use one of these guys. And that it doesn't ever feel good. So like now while these guys are free, yes, I can move both of them. But I don't know, I feel like I should have been able to use them all along. But like these animations are so good. I know I'm going on about this a lot. But it does feel like a real weakness in the game. So I don't know what to say on this one. I really don't. It's a good game, but it doesn't feel as well thought out as I was expecting. Maybe that was because I was expecting a lot from this game, and then it's kind of ended up feeling a little bit disappointing. I am going to play more of it to see if the later game adds more depth, but I'm not sure it will. Because I mean, you can kind of get like halfway down the map quite quickly. I mean, obviously you could probably, if you get quite lucky on the areas, I imagine you can rush down here fairly quickly before the threat gets anything too serious. But that combat doesn't make me feel like I want to keep playing it, because it doesn't. I want to say it doesn't feel tactical, but there is obviously there's a tactic there, because you have very limited moves and you've got to make the most use of it. So essentially it becomes like a game of chess. You have lots of pieces but one move, so you've got to try and make your move count. Like you've always got to like value trade, as it were. Whereas this game, it rewards you for having less people, but then kind of almost punishes you for it as well. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I'm looking at it wrong or what. Right, so you've been injured, so we'll get you out. Let's get you in. Let's put you in, and let's put another one in. So I'm already going to be losing power cells because I've got 4 people in, but let's try 4. You can have you can have up to 6, and then combat. Well, you probably win most combats, but I don't know. Right, so let's move my sniper to here. My sniper's going to die anyway, so let's just make sure he gets at least 1 kill before he horrifically dies. So there we go. Now, we want to try and get someone else in range, or in this case, I'm going to run you into cover, and I'm going to run you into cover, since you have less health. Of course, you're going to get shot. And I guarantee you don't dodge the second one. Yep, so even though you're in cover, that one gets shot. Whereas I know if that had been me, it would not have worked like that at all. But there you go. I'm not salty, I swear. Right, so now we've got to do this horrible chasing game that happens in this situation every time. Because it's pointless him moving this one, and it's pointless me moving this one. And this is exactly why I think the combat doesn't work. It is exactly the reason why. I'm going to run and grab that meat anyway, and then I'm going to run as far away as I can. I think he can get to me anyway. No, he can't quite. Again, I'm going to try doing one run away as far as I can and see who he goes for now. Right, so he has to move to there. Right, where's the nearest way? I can get furthest away is there, and then shoot. Okay, he's gone for a blitz, so he now gets to kill him and then go straight to him as well. Right, now we're in a spot of bother, so we now have an equalizer if we do so wish, so you can heal or put on a shield, I believe. Activates the blitz screen, clue take reduced damage while active. No, not really. See, so it's just not really much use. So we'll do that. Takes 1 damage, runs up to us, and now it's just going to keep slicing us, and we're eventually going to die in a couple of seconds. Because there's not really much else I can do. So I got 2 health back there. Run back. So that should give me just about enough to survive now. So now I can just run back here and then shoot him again, and we'll just about survive. Because of that equalizer, but it does mean that I had to spend kind of like points anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. That's been a look at Skyshine's Bedlam. It's available on Steam if it's something you are interested in. I don't know if I would personally recommend it at the price that it currently is. This is my opinion of it. It's beautifully designed. I absolutely love the aesthetic, and I love the general design, and I love the general game. But its biggest feature, which is its combat, is the weakest part of the game, I think. And I do feel it suffers for it. A lot. And I mean, the game's... there's 2 versions of the game. You can buy just the game, or you can buy one with a soundtrack. And right now I think it's like £15, so it would be like your regional equivalent of that. And I don't think it's worth that. I really don't. Obviously, that's my opinion. Your opinion may vary considerably. If it does, or if you do agree with me, either way, if there's something you feel about the game, please do leave it in the comments. Please do. Because I'd love to hear people's thoughts on what they've seen so far. You know what I think about it. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. So, this has been Skyshine's Bedlam from Skyshine. It is available for purchase right now if you do so wish over at Steam, and I'm pretty sure you can also get DRM free versions as well, I think. Not 100% though. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video or it was helpful to you in any way. Send me any thoughts about the game that you want in the comments, and if you do so wish, please do subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye bye.